being said, as far as you got any regrets or anything, as far as your MOS or joining the army in general?
I will say I do regret getting married. It's not so much with the military, in that aspect, but it did like affect a lot, like going through, because it was just it was hard to manage AIT with a divorce at the same time. So it was just hard to balance, but I don't regret the army at all. I think it's changed me honestly for the better. Like it's done a lot for me in that aspect. Like just kind of changed me as a person, but not in a bad way. So
Okay, so far as leadership, so when you came from AIT, what about leadership? Like, did was you assigned to like under anyone, like far as your supervisor, or direct line leadership?
like when I got here, um, not right off the bat. It was kind of bouncing around because people were leaving the office and like kind of going like PCSing or ETSing. Uh, I think the first line I had was Staff Sergeant Lee, which I think he's in another company now, but he's no, he was a really good first line for me. He kind of like showed me like even though he wasn't here very long, maybe just a few months, but he showed me like the difference for like between like I don't want to say right and wrong, but like how to go about things with like higher ups because we work with a lot of sergeant first classes and above, and any like captains and above. So it's like he taught me how to like between like rights and wrong with that, and then also when not to take shit, which like you also go about it respectfully, but it like in more so like don't be like a yes man all the time, which it was like you don't use very much here but it's still really nice. Like he was a very good. I felt like I learned a lot from him in the time he was here.
Okay, so in your own words, what are some good attributes that you think a leader should have?
I think they should be. I think they should be understanding, but in that sense, they should also be like you should still get punished for what you do wrong, like sugar in the stick. I can't think of the words right now, but I think they should have a little bit of the sugar and a little bit of the stick when you do, when you do fuck up and you know it. Uh, I think it's good that they're charismatic because it makes you relate to your leader maybe a little bit like a little bit better, and making sure that like you have a bond rather than just being like your boss and whatnot. So I just it's nice to have at least when you have something to talk about sometimes when like just shoot the shit. So it kind of like it creates a bond there.
Okay, so with that being your basically what you think a leader is, those far as the attributes. Okay, so those attributes that you feel that a leadership should have, right? Okay, so what about the goals so far? So right now, so talk about kind of like some things that you want to get accomplished in, like short term, long term.
Short term, uh, I want to actually go and get my paramedics license here pretty soon. Uh, like as in like short term, like a year. I would like to get enrolled in a couple months, if like at the very latest. Uh, get that over with. Maybe go to flight school. Long term, I think I don't know if the army will be like my career path forever, but I think in a couple years I'll probably get out after I've like served my time and done. That sounds like I'm in prison, but like like served my like my 4 years, maybe do 8, and get more experience out of it, and then I would like to work for a private company, and then move somewhere west, like on the west coast somewhere. I think that's my long term goal is to kind of settle down somewhere over there with a comfy job that I enjoy doing.
Okay, there you guys go. So you guys have met PFC Younker. Basically the rundown on who he is. Anything you want to leave the soldiers with? Any advice? Any closing remarks?
Um, something I've learned, like just in like 44th here, is just soak up as much as you can. Like even if it's how to file paperwork, like it helps. Everything helps because you'll learn it. You'll need to use it eventually. But I think that's my tip.
Okay. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys follow the podcast on Soldiers Talk the Podcast on Instagram. Make sure you guys listen to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. This has been another episode of Soldiers Talk the Podcast, and I'll see you guys in formation.